Intellectual honesty.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Intellectual honesty is the search for truth and providing facts, even when it does not support your side of the story or your beliefs.
Well, this is interesting that you're bringing this up because whenever we have conversations, you always tell me, stop trying to bring logic into this.
Well, yeah, because I'm talking to you and you're a woman and you don't work off of logic. Welcome to the B-Side, live from the Envision BMG studios here, Teach One Network, Atlanta, Georgia. I am your host, DJ Mark Harris, along with
ChatterBox Christie.
Sup.
Sup?
Let's first of all get the business out of the way.
Yes. Pay some bills.
Pay some bills, exactly. Today we are sponsored by Never Broke Nation. You see the Never Broke podcast around us in the background. Check them out on Facebook. Check them out on Instagram. All your social media platforms. I want to thank you for joining us today, and we're back to have a quality conversation and topics between ChatterBox and myself.
Yes.
So let's get right into it. Intellectual honesty.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Intellectual honesty is the search for truth and providing facts, even when it does not support your side of the story or your beliefs.
Well, this is interesting that you're bringing this up because whenever we have conversations, you always tell me, stop trying to bring logic into this.
Well, yeah, because I'm talking to you and you're a woman and you don't work off of logic.
Whatever.
And then most of you humans.
Mm-hmm. You're unhuman?
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Most of you humans lie.
Okay.
And you justify it. So, I've had a full week, and most of my 40 years on this earth have been dealing with a lot of people who lie.
Mm-hmm.
So it got in my craw, and I just wanted to bring the conversation up. And it came out of intellectual honesty.
Okay. Do you have an official definition of intellectual honesty?
If I go to Wikipedia, let me tell you what
goodness.
Wikipedia says. Since you want to ask me.
Wait, you're going to Wiki? So why not go to Urban Dictionary? Wouldn't that give you a more accurate?
No. I trust Wikipedia more than Urban Dictionary. Intellectual honesty is an applied method of problem solving characterized by an unbiased, honest attitude, which can be demonstrated in a number of different ways. One's personal faith does not interfere with the pursuit of truth. Relevant facts and information are not purposely omitted, even when things may contradict one's hypothesis. Facts are presented in an unbiased manner and not twisted to give misleading impressions or to support one view over another. And I think that right now, especially in our current governmental system, there is none. First of all, there's no intellect, and it damn sure ain't no honesty.
Right. I was gonna say, based on that definition, yeah. But what does Urban Dictionary say? No.
So let's dig into it.
Urban Dictionary, this is some BS.
Let's dig into it.
Okay, dig
Why
into it.
do people lie?
To save themselves.
From?
Whatever. From hurt, from exposure. Mostly hurt. Lying is fear-based. It's all fear-based. It's all because you're afraid of the consequence that comes from whatever the truth is. You're afraid of how it's going to make you look, how you will be accepted or not accepted. It could cause a physical reaction on the person that you're, lying to. It's fear. Fear is why people lie.
Since we are two of the old people on the broadcast, let's bring in super producer
and child.
12-year-old producer, wonder kid, Chris. Chris,
who was born yesterday.
Exactly. First of all, welcome.
Welcome.
What is your opinion on getting topics intellectual honesty? But
let's get a kid's point
of
view.
But people lying, exactly. Adolescent.
I can't relate, man. Honesty is the best policy for me. So, and I learned
Did
that
he just say he
on.
can't relate?
I can't relate to liars. Honesty is the best
So
policy.
what
I
you're-
learned that early on.
So what that means is
You are
learn-
lying right now.
Exactly.
You you are a professional liar.
Not at all. Never.
Never lied in
Wow.
your life.
It never. Oh no. Early on.
Okay, I was gonna say back it up
Early
because
on.
we're gonna call your mama in a minute.
You lie, but then you realize that when you tell one lie, you have to tell another, and you have to tell another. It's too much work to keep up.
True.
So I learned about 21, 22, 23
Yesterday.
that I might as well just tell the truth, and because it's always respected at the end of the day.
Okay. Well, that's good. Good try.
That sounds good.
That sounds good on paper.
That sounds good.
I mean that is book report quality right there.
yeah,
That will get you an A in the class.
yeah.
That's good.
I don't think that's real life.
No.
For-
He plagiarized it out of the encyclopedia.
Yeah. For example, I lost out on getting a car loan yesterday
Because you told the truth.
because I was honest.
Yeah.
Had a chance to get
I got a ticket. I got a $145 traffic citation for being honest. So you still telling me that honesty is the best
that
part?
whole
I should
honesty-
have cried and fell out the car and said I was pregnant on the way to the hospital
that whole honesty best. Look, I could have taken my interest rate down
to zero.
significantly. Zero. I'm black. They're not gonna give you that. I could have taken my interest rate on my vehicle, refinanced it down significantly, and the lady said, "Sir, it can't have over 100,000 miles on it." So I said, "You know what? I don't know what my mileage is. Let me go out to the truck and look." And I doubt she was going to walk out to my truck and say, "Okay, you told me it's 98,313. Let me look at your odometer. Turn the truck on."
Right.
But I walked back in and was like, "I can either tell you the truth, or I can lie to you. It has over 100,000 miles." And she's like, "So you mean 100,001?"
Yeah.
But her manager is standing over her shoulder like, you know, Miss
Not-
Crabtree.
Not gonna lie your way out of this one, buddy.
Exactly. So I lost out on significant interest rate reduction by being honest. And you know what? I don't feel good about it worth a damn.
Right. Because lying would have helped you out
Lying
a
would've helped-
whole lot.
Now I want to help my monthly budget out a whole lot.
Yeah. So wait,
So-
you're getting a new car? Is that what's happening here?
Child, please. No, I'm just trying to have a cheaper monthly payment on what I got.
Oh, okay.
But what I think is funny about lying is people will justify it and will justify away the lie. For example, you will say something isn't a lie, but if your spouse did the same or said the same thing, they're lying. Like all my life I've heard from women, lying by omission is a lie.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Now, if you lie by omission, it's a lie. Now, if your spouse doesn't and you don't ever figure it out, they didn't lie.
They just didn't tell you.
They just didn't tell you. But that in itself is a lie.
I never really understood how that is I guess because I always thought of a lie as like telling an untruth, not leaving something out.
Look, I'm not a woman.
I mean, I just don't know. I mean, but I guess it's circumstantial.
Chris, what you think?
You didn't tell me about that chick you was seeing. Is that is
What-
that
what-
omission
You didn't-
or a lie?
You didn't ask.
Don't ask, don't tell.
All right, President
Okay,
Clinton.
I'm just saying.
I ain't mad at you. I'm just
Right.
saying.
I mean, you know what?
President Clinton, I ain't mad at you.
Hey, and don't ask questions that you don't want to know the answer to.
Well, see, hold on. Now, you know y'all, you know humans don't live off that. You know, don't you know that does not work. Don't you be honest with me. I don't love you. But why? I already answered my question. Why?
Asked and answered.
Yeah.
Next one.
I don't need to get 24 more questions. So, no.
I mean, we want to know why. Is that fair?
No.
Oh.
You asked me a question and I answered it. This isn't 60 Minutes with a follow-up. You're not morally safer up in this piece.
But that's logical. You want to know why?
But why? I can't say it's not.
You ask, did you crash the car? Did you break the lamp? Yes. Why? Don't you want to know why?
What difference does it make?
Or
It's
is
not
it-
going to make it get fixed.
But you would like to know the logic
I
behind why
don't
you
need-
kicked the damn lamp off the table.
All you talked about was breaking that lamp, not kicking it off. See, then you've made it extra. But what? Here's the other question about lying. Why do we accept certain lies as being acceptable and we move on?
Like white lies?
First of all, there's no white lie.
Okay.
I don't recall in the International Book of Lies being weighted.
You have a copy? Is it a current edition?
It hasn't been issued to me.
There's levels to lying. Let's be honest.
Okay.
There's levels.
Super producer Chris chimes in.
If you believe in that. So if you know,
there those levels. There's acceptable levels of lying and unacceptable levels of lying.
No, there's just a scale. So like you said, the white lie is a little lie that not a lot is at stake.
And all of you all have lied to yourself to believe that. Because would
your odometer reading be considered a white lie, Chris?
Yes, because that's a lie against the system, not a specific person.
Like, so nobody was getting hurt by that lie.
Absolutely not. That car dealership is raking in...
Except Mark, because he didn't get his interest rate.
That car dealership is raking in zillions off of people's interest rate. They would have been A-okay if you would have said yours was at 96,000 miles as opposed to 101. They would have been... life would have moved on with that company.
They would have still got your money.
That's one thing. Lying to your spouse or somebody that like would directly affect their personal well-being
and your way
is
of
different.
life thereafter.
That's different.
Let me back up.
Okay.
Where does zillions fall in the monetary? That's my first question. But I just want to know. I mean, I know it's millions and billions.
You know,
is zillions after
I don't
that?
know.
No, there's trillions and then there's zillions.
Okay, I was struggling with this too because I recently wrote an article and I
wrote an article for who? Shameless plug.
Shameless plug for myself, but it's on medium.com. ChatterBox CGC is my handle on there. You can find it. I wrote an article about M. Night Shyamalan, the filmmaker, and why I love to hate him, but now he's my favorite person because he's now my new role model. You can see that. But anyway, segue. Squirrel. Just did it. I said bazillions and gazillions in the same sentence, and I was trying to say, you know, you start off with bazillions and you get to gazillions, but then I went through this like debate for like 20 minutes, like, is gazillions first or is bazillions first? And I said, okay, somebody will check me on this later. But I had an extra A, so I don't even know if that's real. I said bazillions.
Yeah, no, that's a whole new level of money.
And
right there.
gazillions in my article.
I don't think any of it really makes a damn bit of difference.
And what makes a difference is you did not get your answers right.
And I was honest.
Because
I should have lied.
You were honest, and you should have lied.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. I literally should have been Craig.
You should have been Craig and lied.
But again,
lied your ass off.
But again, you go back to super producer Chris talking about levels. To me, I equate it to sins.
Oh.
Sin. I don't ever recall sins being weighted. Like, if you commit a sin, well, let me see. Stealing from the bank is better than sleeping with my neighbor's wife. Now, one may kill you.
Both could kill you.
True. Especially if
you're black.
Valid point. But I'm saying from the standpoint of weights, I believe we as humans have put a weighted system on it purely to make us feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that's why we said a white lie versus
But just because we've done it, just
lie.
because we've done it to make ourselves feel better doesn't mean it's right.
True.
That's all, and that's all I'm asking.
But to go back
Again,
to a point that you brought up
intellectual
before,
honesty, searching for the truth, not because it benefits your side one way or the other, is because
it's the truth.
It's the truth. That's what I'm talking about.
But people don't like that.
Give a damn.
There's no fun in that.
That's the problem. That's why we're talking about this now, because it's the problem.
Okay.
I'm just correct me if I'm. I mean, help me out.
No, I'm with you. To Chris's point, honesty should be the best policy, but it doesn't fit everybody's agenda. So what's the fun in telling the truth if it isn't going to help you do what you need to get done?
Because I thought you all want to sleep well at night and feel good about yourselves.
And some people do sleep well at night and feel really great about themselves, lying their asses off.
You would sleep a lot better with those extra dollars in your pocket if you would have lied and said that your mileage is 96,000.
He would have slept real good.
New sheets.
Now on that,
new thread count. Big boy thread count.
Now that you're exactly right.
He be buying some more of that fancy water.
Damn it!
By the case, yeah. By that fancy.
Yeah, I'm missing out on my plug time.
Mountain water.
I'm missing out on my plug time. Now you gotta have
We buying some Voss water by the case
child.
with the extra money.
with the glass bottles.
With the glass bottles.
Yeah. But do you think men or women lie more?
Oh, good Lord. I know you gonna say women.
First of all, I don't need the sister neck roll when you're talking. You didn't ask for that. I just asked you a simple black and white question.
Did that sister neck
Yeah,
roll?
yes, you did. Chris, didn't she?
I saw it.
Hey,
You know,
don't be ganging up on me because I'm the only girl in the room.
my bad.
Facts.
Fair enough.
Stop.
Facts. But answer my question. Do men or women lie more?
I don't know. I
It's
think
not
it's
what you're
pretty.
supposed to say on a webcast. You got to give an answer.
The answer is I think it's kind of an equal playing field, being how much I have been lied to in my life.
Oh, here we go.
So
Yeah,
that gets a sister neck roll and a half.
you need a chiropractor after this.
What do women lie about?
Oh,
That's a better question. I know what guys lie about, but what do women lie about?
Everything.
Well, I don't think. Well, you could say the same thing about guys.
But nobody's debating that.
I'm not debating
Exactly.
anything either. I'm trying to think. Okay, I think women lie mostly about things about themselves because they're trying to make themselves seem better. You know, I don't lie about my age because I have no problem with it. But you will have women that lie about their age. They, maybe even sometimes lie about, credentials or whatever. I think it's because there's always this constant struggle of us to seem better than what we are. Women will get plastic surgery and not tell anybody, that kind of, and try to pass it off as something natural. Be like, no, we can tell that those are fake.
All of that.
All of that is fake.
I think that one place I know that I strongly believe that women lie, and it's probably lying by
Fear. All of it's fear.
Omission really isn't the word, but I believe at the beginning of a relationship, women purposely hold back.
Yes.
And women have told me this.
Mhm.
And the reason why they do it is because they say they don't want to run a guy off. I've had
Yes.
conversations with women, and a woman will say when they meet a guy, they feel like he should be completely transparent and let them know everything so they can make an informed decision.
Yes.
But then what you do is you hold back how you feel. You want him to be
because
hold on. You want people to be 100. Keep it 100. Okay. But you're keeping it 65, 70% so you can gauge what you're dealing with. And you know that 8 months after I meet you, you need to know if I'm the one and be planning on getting married. But you didn't say that because you thought you would run his ass off. So if you want transparency, 100%,
Well, I believe it has to go both ways.
you got to give it.
Yeah.
So you can't be 65, 75%.
Well, and see, then I run into the opposite problem is that I am transparent, and that still runs people.
Then you might need to see someone.
No. I mean, I'm not like, serial killer or anything.
I know that.
No, I just, I'm real. I mean, you know that. You know that
Yes.
I'm a real person. And
I'm real.
I'm not, fake. And I pretty upfront with who I am going in. And I think that's important because I know.
Confident.
Well, I'm still working on that. That's why I wear a T-shirt, try to help me out. And I'm honest about that. I'm honest that, for as much as people think that I have it together, I don't always have it together.
Well,
I'm
none of us completely
perfect
do.
person.
None of us. We all are a work in progress.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't like to admit it out loud that they're a work in progress. I know everybody is a work in progress. Nobody is perfect.
Yeah.
But I think men and women try to, especially now in this social media age, try to project themselves as they are these perfect people. They have so much going on, and they have all this.
Intellectual.
There
honesty.
you go. We are circling the wagons back
Yeah.
to the farm here. Same thing, and and it's
The wagons back to the farm.
I just made that up.
What in the hell? The wagons back to the
Focus.
farm.
Come back. No squirrels.
That's what I'm working with. You know what I'm working with? This is what I'm working with.
And you've been working with it for almost 30 years. So,
Ooh,
and
Lord.
you haven't kicked me out the club yet.
Jesus
so.
be offense.
See?
Go ahead.
See what I have to work with? Just abuse. This is the little sister happens. This is what happens to the little sister.
Go ahead. You were talking.
A mean big
You
butt.
were-
Now I done
you-
lost my train
You were
of thought.
circling the wagons back to
Well,
the farm.
now they done run loose now because I forgot what I was talking about. What I say? Oh, social media, and you know, it's making people try to portray themselves in it. It's almost become a bigger mask than, say, how we were talking in a previous broadcast about meeting someone's representative or
Yes.
something. Social media has made that just go boom. I mean, now they've got marquees and you know, slideshows to go through of their representative. You are.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. And
So-
is it? They're still building platforms for that, correct?
Mhm. Yeah.
And you know, Facebook really messed everything up.
Facebook is the devil.
Oh, I agree with
It has always been the devil.
Yeah, Facebook messed all that up because you've got people who are reaching out and you're changing stuff and you're modifying photos, and then you got the backside of the private messages and
Mhm.
Instagram. You got people sliding the DMs.
Mhm.
You got people putting people on Front Street with all that.
Mhm.
It's just made, you know, people.
It's no longer fun. I mean, I see the idea behind it was always a very good idea, but now people have taken it and turned it into ugliness. But that's human nature. That's what we do.
That's your human.
We destroy.
Exactly. So, you said something I think that's important is about fear.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe we are controlled by our fear.
Oh, absolutely.
And the fear of failure, the fear of letting people down, the
Mhm.
fear of being judged
Mm-hmm.
helps, as you said, push us towards a lack of honesty.
Yes.
And if people would just be comfortable in themselves, comfortable in their actions and their beliefs, I think it would enable more people to go out and be honest. But we're scared.
We're scared.
We're scared.
We're scared to do that.
And we're also so consumed with being right
that too.
that we don't want to
and
be
that's
wrong.
That's part of fear too, because if you can be wrong and be comfortable with being wrong, then there's no fear in it.
I've been wrong all my life.
You have not.
As long as I've been a black
You
man,
have
I've been wrong
not. That's
somehow.
not true. That's not true. This is interesting. We're talking about this because I'm in the middle of listening to. I like to listen to audiobooks, and a friend of mine recommended The Four Agreements. I don't know if you've
I've
ever
got
heard
it.
In that book.
I have it.
Okay, so I love The Four Agreements. And what's crazy about The Four Agreements is I'm listening to it, and I don't, just for the listeners, I don't want to go into that. Look it up yourselves. But but it kind of talks about this. It talks about eliminate if you eliminate this fear that we're talking about, that you'll be a much happier person. You'll be much free. But what this also does is when you feel that way, you also have a sense of self. And it's been ingrained in humans. I don't even know who started this, and whoever it is, I would love to go back in time and just slap them upside their head, is making you feel bad about who you are. You are born who you are, from the womb.
Yes.
And then you spend your life getting information from society, from your parents, from everything that feeds into whatever it tries to shape you into being what you're going to be. But you're already who you are. You are born with that. And from the time that you start receiving information, you turn into whatever the information is going to turn you into. And then when the light bulb finally goes off and goes, this is not me, and you start acting like yourself, then you're selfish. Then you are narcissistic. You are all these things that people have put such negativity on you being yourself. It's the judging. It's everything.
Yes.
And it's because when someone is judging you or someone is telling you, look at you look crazy, you're acting crazy, you're doing all this, when this person is just being themselves, it's them it's like they don't have enough confidence, or they're too afraid to do the same thing for themselves. So they project that stuff on this is how we got messed up. This is why we're here.
Who's
This
the
is how we're here.
author of the Four Agreements?
Let me look it up.
Because I don't know offhand, and I should. I got the ebook, so
I do too. Well, I have the audio.
I did not get the paperback book.
Don Miguel Ruiz,
Okay.
narrated by Peter Coyote.
1 second, just for clarification. When you listen to an audiobook, is that the same? If somebody asks you, have you read the 4 agreements?
It's the same as reading
Okay,
it.
I was just checking.
I know. I struggle with that too. But I'm like, you're absorbing the information, whether you read it or you listen to it. It's not the same as seeing the movie, because we know that the movie will mess up a book.
A little bit of a cheat code that you listen, but I'll let it slide.
It is a well. Hey, look, I am a single mother
Black
of 2
folks
children.
live on details.
You know what I'm saying?
Live on details.
I'm feeling. You see, you look at these books here. I'm feeling really confident that I completed 1, 2, 3, 6 books.
You read 6 books?
I completed
first
6 books. I said I complete.
First of
Am I
all,
going to have to jump across the table?
You're smarter than the average runaway because you read.
I do read. I actually have physical. This is the thing with me and books, and we just chased a squirrel across the street.
It wasn't my fault. I was sitting
that
there.
was Chris's fault.
I'm still trying to get back to the 4 agreements, but y'all go ahead and play frog in the middle of the street. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That just goes back to our honesty. Tie into the topic.
Honesty.
If somebody said, have you read that book, and you listen to the audio book, would you say, oh, yeah, I've read that? Is that being honest?
Oh, yeah, black folks would say that. Black folks would say, I read it.
So
knowing that read does not equal listen.
Okay, I would just check.
Okay, so if I said I read this book and also admitted that I listened to it on audiobook, would you judge me for listening to it?
Not at all.
No, but you didn't read it.
That's
you
it.
listened
That's all.
to it.
That's it.
I'm sorry about. I live in facts. I'm a tangible person. I'm sorry. Don't hate me because I worry about being right. Don't worry about it. We good. I get it. I get it.
The problem. So then me, being super sensitive that I am, could just be really hurt that you all are making me feel bad that I listened to this book instead of reading it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Don't be sensitive.
I'm really not. I really don't care as much as I'm making it seem like I do.
But
for the sake of the show,
mentioning the book ties back into the topic because when I read it, something that jumped out at me that I never thought about was one of the 4 agreements says when people lie, we have taken it to be that lie is all about us and we've been feeling so bad. And the thing that literally came on like the sun when I read the book is people lie because of them.
It's the fear.
It's
their fear.
It's them. And too many times if somebody lies to us, we take it personal. And a lot of times it's not about us. It's about them, their fear, their lack of, their uncomfortability or whatever. But we are so needy as humans to feel a certain way. The first thing we do is we take it as something personally us.
That's the agreement.
Nothing to do with us.
It's be impeccable with your word. Don't make assumptions. I think that's number 3. Be impeccable with your word. What is it? What you just said? You just said.
I said a whole lot of stuff.
I know, but you just said one of the agreements.
It's not about you. It's about other people. That's what I said.
But you said one. You said actually the actual word in one of the agreements. But it's like be impeccable with your word. So in other words, tell the truth. Don't make assumptions, which ties into the whole lying thing. People are afraid. They lie because they're assuming that whatever they're telling the lie about, people aren't going to accept the truth about it.
Most of the time they aren't.
You
that's
are
why
walking
you're
around. I mean,
people aren't going to look. If people aren't going to accept the truth, which is why people lie, or you're not going to get the answer you would like,
right?
And rather than take,
but that's an assumption. That is an assumption. You are assuming that people aren't going to.
True, but if you're dealing with certain people over a period of time,
I mean, if you've got a history,
you can't tell your spouse, I was smashing with that person that work in my office. That's not going to go over well. You can assume all you want to.
I'm talking more about like the not that severe. Like Chris said, there's levels to lying. I'm talking about the smaller things where we lie about.
Baby, I said I was going to pay the light bill today, and I didn't. As long as the light's not off, I can pay it tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, or just to even think about physical things like how people stress over what they're going to wear to work. Okay, I have a friend. Not going to name names. I have a friend, but when I you may figure out who this person is, just by me talking about it. But I have a friend that literally would put on a calendar what she wore to work every day as to not repeat it for fear that someone would notice that she wore the same pants or the same shirts, twice in a 3-week period or something. So she made sure that, at least for 20 days, she was wearing new
She needs help.
stuff.
She needs help.
But that's like, you are that conscious of what, and ain't nobody checking for you like that. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like nobody is really checking for you. No one is going to say, aren't those the same jeans you wore last week? I mean, who's looking that hard?
But you know what? I'll say this, and I this is an assumption. I'm assuming.
See?
I'm assuming, but I mean it. I think women have a fear of that more than men because women do judge like that.
Yes.
I see dudes in my
But
office.
see, there you go. There's your point. That's a reflection of her, not anybody else.
But
That's on her making those assumptions.
I see dudes in my office wear the same khakis.
And they the same. You know they ain't got 10 pairs of khaki. They're not Albert Einstein. They ain't got 20 of the same suit hanging in the closet.
They the same khakis because I saw you put the coffee stain on the knee on Monday, and the same coffee stain was there Tuesday and Wednesday. You should at least fool somebody.
You should lie to people and wash them.
They don't care.
Make people think that you got a closet full of khakis.
They don't care. They don't care. And I know who you're talking about.
The work example is a prime reason why, to circle back to the original question, who lies more, men or women? Men lie more. But we're put in positions to lie more. Because if my wife comes and says, hey, how do these pants look on me? Guess what I'm not going to say? My answer is going to be the same every single time.
No,
those look great, honey.
No. You need to lie to her. I mean, you need to tell her the truth.
No.
So she is not out in the street looking crazy.
It's either he lie to her or his ass be in the street. That's what he's trying to save. That's total self-preservation right there.
No, I'm telling you. No, it's going to be worse if she comes home after being out in said pants and gets raked over these social coals and comes back and say, you said...
Well, it's never that extreme. It's always something borderline. It's never something to where we just got her looking crazy, because she has the self-awareness to realize when something's just wild.
Right.
It's usually black or blue, or you know what I mean.
Okay.
It's always going to be those are fine. Those are it right there. The ones you're holding up, those right there.
When
look
you are
fine.
really just not even paying attention.
That's what I'm saying.
All.
We're in position to lie more.
Is that a white lie, Chris? Is that classified as a white lie?
That would absolutely be a white lie.
I love the way y'all have just made. Can I get a breakdown on this? Can I get a PDF, a breakdown of these lies? Because obviously
I want to know the color spectrum. Like, what's after white?
Roy G. Bibb. I mean, what? I need it broken down.
I don't even know what's after white. Like, are there other colors? Are there other color lies?
Blue lie.
Is there a blue lie?
Is a black lie the worst?
Is there a magenta?
Because black lives don't matter.
Wait,
so it's black.
Black lies. Black lies don't matter.
Black lies don't matter. I mean, or do they? Or is a black lie the worst lie?
And that would be really painful to be like the black lies are the worst. I mean,
the bad guys wear black. What I mean?
But red means mad. So could a red lie? Red means stop. Red means fire. So could we have a red lie?
Look, you two are the level masters.
No,
of lies.
that's him. I know no levels. I'm referring to him on the levels.
I just need an assignment sent so I understand.
Right. Is this going to be on the SATs?
I need to start using this.
I want to know the color spectrum.
So
listeners,
Chris,
what is the color spectrum of lies? Does that exist?
So Chris, your first job as a producer is you're supposed to keep us in order. So we need a lie spectrum for the next show,
and
so
let
we
us know that we're not skirting.
Make sure we not since there's levels to this.
A lie meter.
Yeah.
I will ask this. You mentioned social media and what people choose to put on social media and what they choose to omit. Are you guys considering that as being lies? If you know someone personally, I'm sure we all do, and you see what they put on social media versus how their real life is, and you're like, that's not necessarily you. Is that considered a lie?
Here's where I will say I don't look at it as a lie. If you are doing something I have friends who post where they go. they're going. It's not like they're in a green screen, put a picture behind them. They just have posted it at a time where they're not there presently, or, and I don't know if they do it for safety or they do it for variety, but if they went to France a month ago and then this week they went to Switzerland, they may post them back to back to back. So if you look at it and think, wow,
you are a world traveler.
this person is never home.
Right.
And they did the trip 3 months apart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're necessarily lying. It's just when they chose to post it. Now, if you glean a lie from that,
Yes.
whatever. I don't look at it like that.
That becomes a reflection of the person looking at it. Because I can say for me, being, of that former influencer life, people would look at my feed and tell me straight up, it's like, my God, you have the best life. And I'm like, you are really mistaken. But it's not like I'm trying to portray that I have. It's kind of like what he's saying. It's like, this is kind of what I get paid to do. I'm going to these events. I'm going to on these trips and things like that. And even when I stopped doing that, people thought I seriously just got the title of foodie bestowed on me. I'm not even close to being, in my definition of a foodie, I am not that. So, but I take really good food pictures, and when I go out
real good
and the food is pretty, I take a picture of it. But if I'm only posting food, then you think I'm at a restaurant every day, then nobody's really checking for the timestamp. Nobody's really looking to see. They just see this continuous feed of glorious food, or they see this continuous feed of me at an event or on vacation. So they think, wow.
So if the friend whose timeline is Switzerland
mm-hmm.
and Paris,
mm-hmm.
but you know that they're 3 months behind on their car payment because you know them,
mm-hmm.
is that lying?
That's called dumbass.
Yeah. Then you go, now your ass don't need to be in nobody's Switzerland right now.
You need to be in Buckhead filling out an application for a second job, because I know your car payment is about your car is about to get, in the words of Rakim, tooken, right? Your car's about to get tooken, but you flossing in Switzerland,
right? So that's not it. No, that's a lie. That's
called
just
dumbassing.
Stupid. Yeah, that's just stupid. That's like we know your life. And we know that this ain't it. So I guess it's kind of not that this ain't it, because you're clearly living it. You are doing it. We just know that you ain't got no business.
We know your priorities are not in proper order.
Not straight. But then again, okay, let's circle back. That's not for us to decide. That is our perception.
You're exactly right, because it's not.
We can't say that it's wrong or right. Like we were talking.
No. I can tell you when it's wrong. Is when you call me, ask you, can you hold some?
I just saw your ass in Switzerland. You can't hold nothing from me.
Nathaniel Jones.
You don't get a quota.
I need something from you.
I am not even going to thunk you a quarter and a lollipop.
Mrs. Switzerland. I need one of them.
You ain't even bring me no chocolate back.
If you could trade in.
Or a skull cap.
You need
with the flag on it, and you want $1?
You need to get a discount on one of them passport stamps and take the credit, because your ass owes somebody. Not me.
Let me hold some of the miles you just got.
Exactly.
Oh, you want $1? Let me hold some of the miles.
Hey, yeah. You take those miles, because nah.
Please, yeah, that ain't lying. That's just
dumbassing. Send it up to Urban Dictionary. Dumbassing. I-N. With the apostrophe, not I-N-G. I-N apostrophe.
Oh my God. Yes, that's
okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Now that sounds about right.
Well, and I think what we were saying, I kind of understand where you're trying to go with it, was that people are portraying this life that is so completely untrue. But that could fall into the dumbassing. It's like, okay, you making everybody look like you got a whole lot going. I don't think I do that. I think when people do come to me and say, oh my gosh, you're doing such great things, I'm very honest. It's like, okay, you're seeing me do stuff a week at a time. I'm not out here. I think while I do post the fun stuff online, I don't think I'm trying to make everybody, and I apologize if I have, I don't try to make everybody think that I just have this glamorous life. I think this is just my real life.
But do you need to apologize for something that you're not trying to do? I don't know. First thing comes to mind is all these pictures that people post about them being in the gym.
Yeah.
First of all,
I don't
unless
care.
I'm your trainer, why
don't
don't I need to see
care.
your ass in the gym?
That's called vanity.
Why do I need to see you in the gym? Secondly, you don't need it. If I'm posting something to the gym, then I'm in the gym and I'm getting cut, I'm eating right, and you feel bad about it, why am I apologizing for that? You need to eat right, drink some water, stop drinking all them slits, and walk other than to the damn bathroom.
Because
to the
y'all know
refrigerator.
that there are people who are aware of what they're putting and what image that because
Sometimes it's very on purpose.
Exactly.
No doubt.
Yeah. So I mean, and that you can also make a brand.
Yeah,
by that.
I mean, and I was a brand at once, one time.
Your
Look
foodie
at,
brand.
Look at Jen.
No, I
look at
wasn't a
Jen Selter.
foodie. Who is that?
Jen Selter is a young Caucasian / colonizer who she became famous based on her butt photos. She used to
And
work.
She was getting butt injections, wasn't she?
I don't know. I know she used to work the front desk at a gym, I think, in New York. And she literally went around. I mean, look, to be a young girl, 21, 22, she had a nice shape, especially for somebody who typically doesn't have a whole lot of butt. And she got popular on Instagram going around New York taking pictures
Of her butt.
of her butt in different physical locations and working out, whatever. And
She built a brand around her
she
butt.
built a brand around her butt to the point where she
I
literally
need people to not be so bored.
she cashing them checks. Be bored all you want to. She has workout gear. She has a line of workout supplements. Look up Jen Selter, JenSelter. You got people who follow her every day about working out and everything, and it was all based on butt. So
That's pretty smart though, because she's probably getting endorsements and
that's
the whole
that's
nine.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She's got workout clothes. She's got supplements. All that stuff from being a person who just worked out at a front desk in the gym.
Oh my God,
she's-
Becky, look at her butt.
She started taking pictures around New York and doing different stuff. And look, she got a nice ass. I'm just saying. And
I was waiting for that.
and the shot she took accented. So I mean, she got a butt that look like a sister.
I just saw a picture and I can confirm everything that you're saying. Go ahead.
You know, it goes back to what we're talking about. I mean, facts are the facts. Intellectual honesty. Whether you agree with it or not, she's doing what she's doing with what she got.
Right.
And I can't hate on the butt shot.
Right.
And she making cheese off of it.
Well, they're
What,
right.
what is she lying? There's no lie though. From
It's
what
like-
I'm
Unless we mysteriously find out that her butt is surgically enhanced or something.
or photoshopped or
yeah,
something like that.
then everybody's gonna cry, and
No.
all her endorsements will get snatched away, and then she'll be on and y'all fix my life.
No, she won't. No, she won't. No, she won't. Because let me ask you, well, since you bring that up, since we're in the ditch now, let me ask you a question. Has Iyanla talked to anybody white? Or does she only talk to people of color?
I don't.
And Debbie Thomas don't count.
Oh boy, back on Debbie Thomas. I have personally not seen her talk to anybody other
Me
than
neither.
except for that. Well, he's not white, I guess. She was talking to one of them Braxton girls was on there recently.
And where you
her
get white
husband-
from that?
No, will you let me finish? Her
Okay.
husband or ex-husband is something. He's not black,
Oh. there
but
you
he's
go.
something.
There you go. There you go.
But he's
There
not
you,
white either. I
there
don't
you go
think.
with
But
black-
He's an other. We call that other.
he's racially ambiguous.
There you go.
There you go with the black girl definition.
He's racially ambiguous.
You know, black
And-
women are the
and-
main
and
ones.
black
If
is
you're
not
not black or
included in that.
African, you white.
No,
You could be
I wasn't
Mexican,
going there.
White.
That's why I said he wasn't.
Puerto Rican.
I just said he
white.
wasn't black. All I said is he wasn't black. I don't know what he is. He's just not black.
Mhm.
So that to your question, there's who Iyanla interviewed that wasn't black.
Okay, I didn't know because everybody else I saw, they had straight ethnic Negro, exactly, Negro.
Negro
Yeah. So
from the hood.
yeah, I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. But honesty is an interesting question,
It is.
or the lack thereof, really.
Mm.
I think we as a people need to work on being more intellectually honest, especially this damn Congress.
Mm.
and your old boy Agent Orange up there in D.C.
Well, we're never gonna get anything honest out of him, especially
No.
if it doesn't benefit him in some kind of way.
He's a punk.
And he is when you talk about fear, he is afraid. I mean, he wants to be liked so bad that everything he does is so that people will like him.
That
Of
cat
course,
is a straight beer. All he is. He's a straight beer.
I understand, but it's all because he's afraid. It's all because he's afraid. He's afraid of people hating him. He wants people ratings. He wants people to like him.
Man, I ain't talking about him. I'm wasting my time talking about him.
We're not gonna talk about him.
Anyway, well, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the B-Side. I want to thank Teacher One Media for letting us be here today. Envision BMG Studios being sponsored today by Never Broke
Podcast or Never Broke Nation.
Never Broke Nation, who has a Never Broke podcast. I want to thank super producer Chris.
Anytime.
For keeping us out of the ditch. Hit the
Or
guardrails a couple times.
actually, he put us in it a couple times.
Yeah, he's going to lie about that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I don't recall.
There you go. Oliver North up in this BI. There you go. He don't even know who that is. He's too young.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of.
Oh,
Exactly.
good
So,
God.
Thank you, Chatterbox Christie.
Always a pleasure, DJ Mark Harris.
Appreciate that. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you all next time. And peace. We out.
Play us out.
Push your button, man.
Push the button.
Damn. That's what you got.
I was peaceful, but when there was time for war, I was the first
Is that on camera?